truly understand what Ikigai is, what is Ikigai? Ikigai, broken down, is to live, and then to gai is gai in Japanese is reason or the value, and so that equals a reason to live. So Ikigai comes from two Japanese words, and together it's the reason and for living, and essentially your purpose for being here. And I think to understand yourself, sometimes it's good to understand your purpose in life. With this diagram, it breaks down Ikigai much more. So it encompasses your passions. So your passions could be your talents, abilities you have, what each person is good at. For me, I'm not the best, but I enjoy outdoor activities and skateboarding. Mission is what you love to do, enjoy, take pleasure in without considering productivity and time. That for me as well. I take pleasure in reading books. I take pleasure in going on walks. Next would be what the world is missing. What little grain of rice you can contribute to others. That would be vocation. Next is something you can earn money from: a job, a business, a service, or idea. That's your profession. So when you mix your mission, vocation, profession, and passion, all of those together can make an Ikigai. So essentially your reason for being, your reason for, to live. One main psychology term that is mainly used in Ikigai would be positive reinforcement. What is positive reinforcement? Positive reinforcement is when a behavior increases because it is followed by a rewarding income. For example, I like to skateboard. I enjoy skateboarding. It makes me happy, and I repeat that behavior. Or for example, growing up, we had our parents. Whenever we did good in school or did good in other ways, or teacher would give us a gold star or sticker, reward. That is essentially one core aspect of Ikigai: positive reinforcement. What can our hobbies, or what can we do to give us a positive feeling or positive behavior? All right. And then next is in Ikigai, there are two focuses on meaning, growth, and purposes, not just pleasure. There are two. So as you see, there is hedonic and demonic. With both, they're two different. Hedonic is well-being, which is happiness based on short-term pleasure. Things like eating a dessert, shopping, scrolling through social media. Those give you short-term happiness. It is short-lived. And then idemonic well-being is deeper. It comes from living in alignment with your values, contributing something bigger than yourself, feeling like your life truly matters. With me, one ways that I can practice eudaimonic is setting goals for myself, breaking down what I want for myself in the long term. What do I want to do to essentially make sure my growth is linear. Ikigai is directly connected to eudaimonic well-being because it encourages people to identify all four of those circles: what they love, what they're good at, and what the world needs, and what sustains them. As well with psychology, Ikigai can work the same way. Your purpose is often built from activities you naturally reward you as well. So if you do something that rewards you, it's good to have positive positive reinforcements that can be make you happy, such as hobbies. It's important to understand why Ikigai matters. So why does Ikigai matter, especially for emerging adults, people typically ages to 25? Well, this is one of the most confusing yet important stages of life. We're making huge decisions about careers, relationships, values, and lifestyles. Research shows that having a sense of purpose provides all these benefits. It lowers stress, improves resilience, strengthens motivation, increases emotional stability, protects against anxiety and depression. This ties back to positive reinforcement when pursuing your Ikigai feels meaningful. That's why it matters, and you are able to identify your Ikigai with those four attributes. There's actually a science behind how Ikigai affects your brain. Ikigai affects your brain with purpose and behavior. It activates dopamine. Dopamine is the molecule in your brain that gives you happiness. It's the same reward system that motivates learning and building long-term habits. But here's the key difference. Unlike quick dopamine hits you get from social media or junk food, Ikigai builds sustained, healthy motivation. That's the kind that's more closely tied to eudaimonic well-being, the deep, lasting sense of meaning. Examples of Ikigai. So how do people actually find their Ikigai? Some people discover their purpose early through activities like volunteering, creative arts, sports, martial arts, caring for family, pursuing academic passions, or mental health advocacy. Others find it through life transitions, trying new things, or taking time to reflect on their values. The important takeaway here is that Ikigai isn't just a career choice, it's a combination of what makes your entire life meaningful, not just your 9 to 5. And then there's actually research behind Ikigai. Now, let me show you the science behind it. According research by Wilkins' colleagues in 2023, people with strong sense of Ikigai showed significantly better mental health outcomes. After accounting for factors like age, employment status, Ikigai predicted 31% improvement in well-being, 20% reduction in depression. That means having a clear sense of purpose is one of the most powerful predictors of positive mental health in adults. Some key takeaways: Ikigai is a powerful concept because it blends ancient cultures' wisdom with modern psychology. We can look back from our ancestors to understand psychology as well. It encourages us to understand motivations, deepen our sense of purpose, and actively support our mental health well-being. Today, I showed you how Ikigai relates to positive reinforcement, the psychology term from our class, and how it connects to eudaimonic well-being, the deeper, long-lasting type of happiness that comes from meaning and purpose. I do want to thank you for listening, and I am happy to be able to present this topic. Thank you.